Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to show you how to make this really pretty fan lace pattern, and it's a really pretty lilac colour. I'm using this Knit Pro crochet hook. I don't have a full set, I've just got a couple of them and it's really nice. So I'm going to show you how to do this. The stitch count for the foundation row is 4. And we're going to be using a UK treble crochet stitch and what's called a front post stitch. Don't be afraid of these stitches. You should be able to do these. They are quite easy. I'm going to show you how to do it. And it's a really pretty stitch. Make your blanket as long as you want it. Just do it in sets of 4. Just keep counting 4 when you do your chain. And then you're going to add an extra 2 stitches on to the end of your row. So I'll show you how to do this pretty stitch. So we're going to start a chain in sets of 4. So I'm going to do a slip knot. And you use the hook size it tells you to use on the ball of yarn that you're using. So I'm going to do my chain in a set of 4 stitches. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Make sure you don't do them too tight. If you do your chain too tight, the bottom of your blanket will go up like this. It will be tight on the bottom. Do an extra 2 chain. 1, 2. Into the 3rd stitch in the chain, into the 3rd stitch, we're going to put 4 UK treble crochets. So yarn over and go into the 3rd stitch, and we're going to put 4 treble crochets. This first one is going to do your edge. So at the end and at the beginning we're going to have 5. Just to start with, we're going to have 5. So that one counts as your first one. That's your second one. So we'll do another one. That's 3. One more. 3, 4, and then one more makes 5 all together. So that's your first fan done, and that chain there becomes your edge. You're going to skip 3 stitches. Remember and count the stitch that's right beside your cluster. Sometimes when you do your cluster, it squashes that stitch in, and that may be the reason when you do a chain your stitch count's not right when you get to the end. So remember and count that stitch. 1, 2 and 3. Into this 4th stitch you're going to do 4 treble crochets. That's a UK treble crochet. If you're in the USA, it's called a double crochet for you. So you're going to put 4. 1, 2, 3 and 4. Skip 3, 1, 2, 3 and put your next set of 4 in there for your fan. It's 1, 2, 3, oops, and 4. Skip 3, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3 and 4. Into that last stitch I'm going to put 5 treble crochets. So yarn over and go in to that very first stitch that you did. It's 1, yeah, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So you should have 5 in this end and 5 in this end. One of those stitches becomes your treble crochet up the side. So you've got 4 for your fan plus 1 extra. And this is what your sample should look like. It's really pretty. You're going to chain 3. 1, 2, 3 and turn your work. Now what you're going to do here is you're going to ignore that first one because that's the side of your blanket. Ignore that first one. So around the second stitch, we're going to go around that post. We're going around that long part of the stitch. So skip the first one and you're going to do a front post treble crochet. So put your yarn around your hook and go in the space right through to the other side and go behind the long part of the stitch. You're going behind the long part. Put your yarn over and pull through. Finish your treble crochet. Now into the middle, into the next space, you're going to put 2 treble crochets, 1 and 2, chain 1, and then put another 2 into the same space, 1 and 2. Now you're going to skip that one, and around that one you're going to do a front post stitch. So yarn over and go behind that stitch and pull up, yarn over and through 2 loops. Now keep that one on your loop. Go to the next one and do a front post stitch again. So yarn over and go through that one, yarn over and pull through 2 loops. So you should have 3 loops on your hook. Yarn over and pull through all of those loops. Now skip the next stitch and go into the space, go into the middle and do your 2 treble crochets, 1 chain and 2 treble crochets. So that's 1 and 2, chain 1 and put 2 treble crochets in, 1 and 2. Skip the next stitch and do a front post around this one. So yarn over, skip that stitch and go around that post. Yarn over and come through 2 loops. Now keep that one on your hook. We're going to the next set of 4. We're going to do a front post around this one just to pull these 2 in together. You've got 3 loops. Yarn over and pull through all 3 into the middle and do your 2 treble crochets, 1 and 2, chain 1 and do 2 treble crochets, that's 1 and 2. Skip that stitch and do on the end your front post treble crochet. Keep the stitch on your hook. So go to the first one of your next set into your next span and do your front post. So just work around that long part of the stitch. Go around and behind it. Pull up, yarn over and through 2 loops. So you've got 3 stitches, 3 loops on your hook. So yarn over and through them all. Now go into the middle of your fan, skip that stitch and go into the middle space and do your 2 treble crochets, 1 and 2, chain 1 and do 2 more, 1 and 2. And do your last front post stitch here on its own. Leave that one there. So you're going to do your front post on its own. And then into the top of that chain, you're going to do a treble crochet into the top of that chain. So yarn over and do a treble crochet into the top. Now chain 3, 1, 2, 3, turn your work. Now we're going to do these 4 stitches again into this chain space. You're going to put 4 treble crochets into this chain space. Go straight over. It's 1, 2, 3, and 4. No chains, no chains. Straight over to the next one and go into the chain space. So you're using that fan that you've just made. Go into that chain 1 space and do your 4 treble crochets. So that's 1, 2, 3, and 4. And this is what you get. Skip right over to the next set into that chain 1 space in the middle of that fan, in there. Do 4 treble crochets. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Over to the next one, all the way along. And you're going to put a treble crochet in there. Chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and turn. Now you're going to go to the first stitch in your fan, the first stitch, and do a front post treble crochet. So into the middle, you're going to do your 2 treble crochets, 1 chain, and 2 treble crochets. So that's 1 and 2, chain 1, and 2 more, all into that same space. Now you're going to do a front post stitch on this last stitch here, and you're going to do a front post to the first one of the next fan to pull it in. So yarn over and go around the post, pull through, yarn over and pull through. Now keep that stitch on your hook. Do your yarn over and go around the first one of the next set. Pull through, yarn over and pull through. So you've got 3 loops again, and pull through all 3. And that's what makes that lovely little cross section on here. So you're going to go into the middle again and do that little mini fan. 2 treble crochets, 1 and 2. Chain 1 and do another 2. 1 and 2. If you get your hook in your yarn and work along at the same time, just pause the video when you need to stop. So now we're going to do a front post around that last stitch and a front post around this first stitch to bring this in. So around that one, and keep your stitch on the hook, and around the next one of the next set and pull up. So you've got 3 loops and come through all of them. Go into the middle of your little fan and do 2 treble crochet, 1 chain, and 2 treble crochet. So you're building your next fan. Onto the end one, you're going to do your front post stitch. Keep it on the hook and go to the first one of your next set. So remember and do these front post stitches. So yarn over and pull through all of them. Go into the middle and do your fan. That's 1, 2 treble crochets, chain 1 and another 2 into that chain space. So at the end you've only got one front post to do, so skip your stitch and do the front post into the last one of that fan, around there, and just finish that one. And that's your chain of 3. Into the top of the chain of 3 you're going to do a treble crochet. Just switch it through. Do your treble crochet. Chain 3, 1, 2, 3. And this is what your pattern looks like. It's the front post ones that pull it back in to shape and keeps it nice and straight on the edge. You turn your work around, and now you're going to do your 4 treble crochets into the top of each of these. And these are the 2 rows that you'll keep repeating. So just rewind the video to the start of that front post stitch one, and you'll do that one again, and then you'll do the 4, and then you'll do the fan. So 4 treble crochets, 1, 2, 3 and 4. No chains this time, no chains. Move to the next one and put your 4 treble crochets. That's what pulls your blanket back into place. 2, 3 and 4. So over to the next one. 1, 2, 3 and 4. Over to the next one. All the way along. 3 and into the top of that chain of 3 I'm going to create treble crochet. Just into the top of that chain of 3. In there. Go to chain 3, 1, 2, 3 and turn your work, and then you'll do that front post stitch row again, and they're the 2 rows that you'll keep repeating. You'll repeat this one, then your front post row with the fan, and then those 4 treble crochets for the next row. They're the 2 rows you'll keep repeating. So just rewind the video to those 2 rows. So your next one, you'll be doing a front post treble crochet stitch first. If you're in the USA, this is a front post double crochet for you. Finish that one. And then you'll do your fan. So for this one, it's 2 treble crochets, chain 1 and 2 treble crochets. It's 1, 2, chain 1 and 2 more, 2 treble crochets, 1 and 2. So on the last stitch and the first stitch of the next one, you'll do your front post stitches. Keep it on the hook and move to the next one. And that is the 2 rows that you'll keep repeating. Come through all 3 and then do your fan in the top. That's 1 and 2. Chain 1 on this row and 1 and 2. Then do your front post. Keep it on the hook and then do your next one on the other set. And then do your 4 treble crochets. And that's what your little pattern's going to look like. Your blanket is as big as you want it. The 2 rows to repeat is the one with the 4 treble crochets in the top, and then do the front post row with your little fan in the middle. You can leave it on any of the rows. You can leave the top of your blanket with the fan that has the chain 1 in the middle, or you can just turn it and do your 4 treble crochets, go to the next one, do your 4 treble crochets all the way along, and that is how you finish this blanket. It does have a nice straight edge, so you don't need to do a border. You can thread some ribbon in under there and over and under and over if you want, but it's really pretty like this. So one row you fan slightly wider, and then your front posts pull it back in, and you're left with that nice crossed section here in between your fans. Now it grows, each 2 rows, it grows about 1.5 to 2 inches, so it does crochet up really quick, and it's a really pretty blanket. It's got a nice texture, and this is what the back looks like. So this is what the back looks like. That's pretty as well. And that's your front. 2 row repeat. Just rewind the video and do the row where you've got your 4 treble crochets, and then do that larger fan with the front post. Then do your 4 treble crochets, and then your front post fan in the next row. And you can finish it off on that row where you do the chain 1 in between and your front post stitches. It's really pretty. It gives it a kind of nice little peak on the top. So give this one a try. I'm sure you're going to really like it. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please just take a few minutes and click on that subscribe button. It is free to subscribe to anyone's YouTube channel. And if you click on the bell icon, then YouTube will tell you when I put up another tutorial. So give this a try. It's beautiful. It's really pretty. Look at that. Beautiful in this lilac. So until the next time, happy crafting, and I'll see you all again soon. Goodbye.